Welcome to Daily English Room. Today's topic is food. What's your favorite food?
My favorite is post-RV pot or Zasco, Trieste-style trout, caught fresh from Lake Bled. It's simply prepared with garlic, parsley, and olive oil, but when the ingredients are this fresh, simple is best. It tastes like home to me.
Have you always liked the same food?
I used to avoid traditional dishes like sauerkraut and black pudding, preferring more international foods. But working as a tour guide helped me rediscover our traditional cuisine. Now I'm proud to share these flavors with visitors.
Is there any food you dislike?
I don't enjoy tripe, even though it's traditional in some Slovenian soups. It's a texture thing for me. I also don't like energy drinks or very artificial flavors that are becoming popular in some modern fusion dishes.
What do you think of fast food?
In Bled, we don't have many fast food chains, which I think is good. Our local quick service places serve traditional Slovenian foods that are much healthier. Though I understand why tourists sometimes want familiar fast food options.
Do you prefer spicy food? Why or why not?
Traditional Slovenian food isn't very spicy, but I've developed a taste for spicy food through meeting tourists from different countries. Now I enjoy adding a little hot paprika to our traditional goulash. It's all about finding the right balance.
What's your go-to recipe when cooking for friends?
I make a modern version of our traditional zilikrofi, dumplings, with different fillings. It's always a hit because it's homemade pasta with local ingredients. I serve it with various sauces so guests can choose their favorite.
How do you like to celebrate special occasions with food?
During holidays, I organize a traditional Slovenian feast with patika, roasted meats, and local wines. I love sharing our food culture, and these meals often turn into long, relaxed gatherings with lots of stories and laughter.
What's your favorite comfort food when you're feeling tired or stressed?
Nothing beats a bowl of hoda, our traditional Slovenian soup, when I'm tired after guiding tours. It's made with sauerkraut, beans, potatoes, and bacon. During cold days in Bled, this hearty soup really hits the spot and gives me energy.
Do you enjoy cooking? What's the easiest dish you can make?
Being single, I had to learn to cook. The easiest dish I make is strukkelji, our traditional rolled dumplings. I cheat and use store-bought dough, then fill it with cottage cheese and herbs. It's not as good as my mother's, but it works.
What's a popular food trend in your country right now?
Here in Bled, there's a growing trend of modernizing traditional Slovenian dishes. Chefs are taking classic recipes like patika, nut roll, and giving them contemporary twists. Some restaurants even make patika-flavored ice cream. Have you ever tried food from another country that surprised you? What was it? I tried Vietnamese pho. What surprised me was how the simple-looking soup had such complex flavors. The combination of fresh herbs and beef broth was totally different from our Slovenian soups. It was delightfully refreshing.
When you go to a restaurant, what type of food do you usually order?
After spending all day talking about traditional Slovenian food with tourists, I usually crave something different. I love going to Asian fusion restaurants and ordering spicy noodle dishes or curry. It's such a nice change from our heavy local cuisine.
What's a traditional celebration food from your culture?
At Christmas, we always have patika, which is a rolled pastry filled with ground walnuts, sugar, and spices. Every family has their own recipe passed down through generations. My grandmother used to add a bit of rum to make it special.
How has your taste in food changed over the years?
Meeting tourists from around the world has really influenced my taste. I used to stick to our traditional heavy dishes, but now I prefer lighter, fresher flavors. I've also started eating more vegetarian meals, which was unthinkable in my family when I was younger.
What's your favorite snack to eat while working or studying?
When I'm planning tours, I like to snack on our local apples and cheese. Sometimes I make myself a small sandwich with prosciutto and fresh bread. It's simple but satisfying, and gives me energy for the physical parts of my job.
If you could only eat 3 dishes for the rest of your life, what would they be?
I'd pick our local trout because it's fresh from Lake Bled, then mushroom soup because we have amazing forest mushrooms here. And finally, apple strudel. I have a sweet tooth and our local apples are perfect for it.
What's the most difficult dish you've ever tried to cook?
I attempted to make patika like my grandmother used to, rolling the dough thin enough without tearing it, while keeping the walnut filling evenly spread, was really tricky. The first time, it looked more like a twisted mess than a proper roll.
How do you like to start your day? What's your typical breakfast?
Before heading out with tourists, I need a filling breakfast. I usually have brown bread with butter and honey, yogurt with muesli, and strong coffee. Sometimes I make eggs with local sausage. In winter, I love hot oatmeal with apple compote.
What food do you miss most when you travel?
When I travel, I miss our local bread and dairy products. The taste of fresh milk and cheese from our alpine regions is unique. I also miss our mountain tea with honey. There's something special about herbs that grow in our alpine meadows.
What's your favorite dessert?
My favorite is Prikmerska gibanica. It's a layered pastry with poppy seeds, walnuts, apples, and cottage cheese. Each layer has a different texture and taste. It's quite rich, but that's what makes it special. It's perfect with our local wine.
What food traditions do you have in your family?
During grape harvest, our whole family helps make wine and prepare traditional harvest dishes. We also have a custom of baking patika together before Christmas. Each family member is responsible for a different step in the process.
What's a popular street food in your city?
In Bled, we have stands selling kremsnita, our famous cream cake. It's not exactly street food, but people love buying it from lakeside vendors. In winter, you'll find roasted chestnut sellers. The smell is part of our winter atmosphere.
How do you usually plan your meals for the week?
My schedule changes a lot with tourism seasons, so I plan differently each week. I usually shop at our local farmers market on Saturdays and prepare some basics like soup and grilled vegetables that I can mix and match during the week.
What's your opinion about food delivery apps? Do you use them often?
In Bled, we don't have many delivery options. It's a small town. I sometimes use apps when I'm in Ljubljana. But here, we prefer going to restaurants or cooking at home. Most places are within walking distance anyway.
What's a common food myth or superstition in your culture?
There's an old belief that if you leave bread upside down, you're inviting poverty into your home. Also, many older people say you shouldn't leave the table while others are still eating. It's considered disrespectful to the food and family.
How has the pandemic changed your eating habits?
With tourism stopped, I had time to rediscover traditional recipes. I started foraging for mushrooms and wild herbs like my grandparents did. It made me appreciate our local ingredients more, and now I include these stories in my food tours.
What's your favorite kitchen tool or appliance?
My cast iron pot is irreplaceable. It's perfect for slow cooking stews and soups, which we eat a lot of in Slovenia. I've had it for 10 years, and it just gets better with age. It's heavy but makes everything taste better.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned about food recently?
I discovered that many of our traditional preservation methods are now trending as fermentation. My grandmother used to ferment turnips and cabbage every winter. Now I'm learning the science behind why these methods work so well.
Do you think diet is important? Why?
Being a tour guide requires lots of energy. I've learned that a good diet helps me handle long days in the mountains. When I eat well, I can better engage with tourists and handle the physical demands of adventure tours.
What is a balanced diet in your opinion?
A balanced diet should adapt to your lifestyle. In Slovenia, we eat heartier foods during cold months and lighter meals in summer. I believe in eating local, seasonal products and having a good mix of proteins, vegetables, and whole grains.
What is the typical diet of people in your country?
Traditional Slovenian diet includes lots of pork, potatoes, and cabbage. We eat plenty of dairy products and bread. Soups are very common. Our diet varies by region. Coastal areas eat more seafood, while mountain regions have heartier dishes.
Do many people eat in restaurants in your country?
In Slovenia, eating out isn't as common as in some countries. People usually cook at home. However, we have a strong coffee shop culture, and Malika, work lunch, in restaurants is common. Tourist areas like Bled have more restaurants.
Why do some people enjoy eating out?
In Slovenia, people usually eat out to celebrate or socialize. It's a way to try different regional specialties without traveling far. For tourists I guide, eating out is part of experiencing our culture through traditional dishes.
What's the difference between restaurant food and home-cooked food?
Home-cooked food tends to be simpler but more personal. Restaurant portions are usually bigger and more decorated. In Slovenia, home cooking uses more traditional recipes, while restaurants often add modern twists to traditional dishes.
What food trends do you think are overrated?
Tourist-focused, traditional restaurants that serve oversized portions of heavy food are overrated. Real Slovenian cuisine is about balance and seasonality, not just huge plates of meat and potatoes for Instagram photos.
How do you feel about food waste?
Living in a small town, we're very conscious about waste. Many people here grow their own vegetables and know the value of food. I preserve excess summer produce for winter and share extra food with neighbors. It's part of our community culture.
How has social media influenced your food choices?
Social media has actually helped promote Slovenian cuisine internationally. Tourists often show me photos of dishes they want to try after seeing them online. It's made people more interested in our traditional foods.
That's all for today's daily English room conversation practice. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, like, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. See you next time.